If you are truly being intentional in your life and you want to find love and you're just over the dating, okay, make sure to subscribe because this is all the things that I'm all about. I found my happily ever after my person. We've been married together for 16 years. So if that resonates with you, if you want no BS, straight advice on how you can find it too, make sure you subscribe. Make this a habit where you can always find out when I post a new episode every Monday and Thursday. Lust or love? If you've ever wondered, oh my gosh, is this lust? Am I in love? What's the difference? Have I ever been in love? This episode is for you. Okay. And this is something that is coming from you guys listening to this podcast. Make sure you subscribe. But on YouTube, someone commented, please, do an episode about this. And so if you ever want me to cover something, reach out to me on YouTube or on my DMs in Instagram, the Jackie Loor. So this is huge and this is so important. Okay. I am a pro when it comes to lust because before, and just to be clear, okay, sometimes people think, oh, if I want to find love, I'm going to have to put aside lust and attraction. And so I want to be clear about this. Attraction is so important in a relationship, and you gotta want to kiss them, make out, have sex. If you don't have that, don't bother. Okay. But that being said, stay with me for a second. Okay. A lot of times we see somebody and we're like, oh my gosh, they're so hot. And then you are doing all the things to, having sex or kissing, making out, or spending time with them and just like falling in love, quotation marks, if you're not seeing the video. And it's not. So this is where you're just getting swept away because you're so, oh my gosh, they're so hot. And like, I cannot like get enough of them physically. So this is when you can actually intentionally, take a step. Like you have to be doing this work before you start throwing yourself out there, connecting with people. It's about really getting clear on what is it you want in your partner. And I'm not talking about how tall and blonde hair, blue eyes, and any of that bullshit. It has to be something deep. It has to be those qualities and honest. I want them to have like a strong moral compass, family oriented, like those kind of things, right? That really make, a good partner, a best friend kind of thing, right? And so that nothing on that list should be about, and I just want to have sex with them. Like it has to be those qualities in a partner and okay, super important, chemistry. And so it's not like, oh my God, I think they're so hot, I want to have sex with them, but they've cheated on all their exes. They haven't figured out why, but it's okay. I still want to be with them. Or, oh my God, they told me this is exactly what happened to me before I met Will. There was this guy that I was like crazy about. I was like, oh my gosh, I was just so attracted to him. He was so cute. And there were so many great things about him. And I was like, okay, I'm going in on this, and spend time with him. We go on dates. We went to a concert together. I think it was Journey. And like, it was like all these things that we were doing. And I was like super excited about where it was heading. But when we had that conversation, he was like, oh yeah, no, I don't, he was worried about, like his energy was going towards his career. And he was like, I'm not interested in like a committed relationship. I don't want a relationship, but I still want to keep doing this, like hanging out with you, hooking up with you, like awesome. This is fun, but like, I don't want a relationship. Thank God that I was like, you know what am I doing here? I am clearly there's a lot of great things about him, but he doesn't want the same thing I want. Like we're not aligned. And just because there was so much like, oh my gosh, there's definite lust. Like I was like attracted to him and he was so good looking. I was like, this isn't my person. This is not my person. And I was like, you know what? I know my person is I'm going to be so attracted to, and he's going to want a committed relationship. And he's going to just have it, like he's going to have all the things that I want in my person. And there's going to be crazy attraction. Do you see? So I feel like the lust, like the one right before I met my husband, That was lust because we both weren't aligned. We both weren't. And also at the end of the day, it was very surface level. Like it wasn't deep. It wasn't like we could talk for hours about everything and anything and openly and vulnerably. And like he saw who I really was. It really felt so surface level. Like when I was in it, it didn't feel like, I didn't think of it that way. But now looking back at it, it's like, oh my God, he's everything. But it's bullshit. He wasn't. Like I didn't even talk to him about serious things, about real struggles and fears, you know? And so what is it in your life right now? Like take a look back at your relationships. Is it like, you know, oh my God, it was so amazing, so incredible. But like, were you talking about the deepest of the deepest fears and who you are and your struggles and all of those things, and he or she accepted you and loved you for exactly who you are and showed up for you every single day, made you a priority? Like, or was it surface level, or was it just one-sided where you're putting it all in, but they're not? When it's not balanced, you're both going all in, openly and vulnerably, completely authentic yourselves. That's not love. Like that's like half-assed love. Bullshit love. That's like the one that I explained about this other guy that we didn't talk about real shit. 100% that was lust, right? But I've had relationships where I will talk and share and we would connect emotionally, but it was one-sided. And so I felt like I had love for them, but like, oh my God, was it like, there's no comparison to what I have with Will. Like it's so amazing what you open yourself up to when you get clear on, oh my gosh, this is what I want in a partner. And you get rid of everything that doesn't align to that fearlessly, right? That's exactly what I did. With the guy right before Will, I even wrote a journal entry about that. I should talk about that on another episode. I wrote a journal entry on June 17th or July 17th. Oh my gosh. Anyway, sorry. I'll get it out. But it was really powerful and amazing how clear I saw it, where I really felt finally done with wasting time on guys that had all this potential, were so great, but didn't want the same things I wanted. I was kind of like, you know what? I'm done trying to force something or someone to love me. And there's something wrong with me. It was just like I kept choosing the guys that wasn't a priority for them. And so when you start to just fearlessly believe it does exist, oh my gosh, I met Will a month and a half after I wrote that journal entry, when I said bye-bye to him. And I was like, I'm not going to settle, and I'm not going to spend my energy and time on someone who isn't sure about me or doesn't, and not even me. It's like they don't want a relationship, you know? And I'm not going to wait around for them to change their mind, because that never happens. Right? So I am telling you, there's so, you know, when you get clear on love, like what real love is, when someone shows up for you every day, prioritizes you, knows what they want, you don't have to convince them. When they meet you, they're like, oh my gosh, where have you been? You guys, this exists. This might sound like, this is crazy. Does that really? It does. You have seen a lot of evidence to show you otherwise, like, you know, that doesn't exist. I am telling you, from this day forward, make a decision that say, you know what? I'm going to have it all. Write it all down. Everything you want in the qualities in your person. Write it all down and be clear about it. And don't even think for a second it's not coming into your world, because it is, when you know how worthy you are, right? And it's a game changer. You'll see, it's like you have like laser vision. You're like, oh, this is just lust. This is just me wanting to hook up with them. But when you ask the questions right away and they're like, oh yeah, no, I'm not looking for anything serious, or yeah, like I've done this, like they're immature, they're not able to vulnerably share with you. You're like, oh, this is just lust. This isn't love. This is never going to be love. Like, what am I doing here? Right? And it really does happen quickly. The first night I met Will, it felt like, oh my gosh, it was nonstop, back and forth, energy flowing. It was like I met my best friend. Like it was like one of those craziness things. And then I wonder what it's like to kiss him. Like, wait, oh my God. And then boom, chemistry, right? And so it's like, yeah, don't settle for lust. That's bullshit. Go for the love, because love has that crazy lust feeling and so much more. I hope this helped and answered your questions. Please leave a review. That always helps on YouTube, on Spotify, Apple. I appreciate you guys so much for listening. And remember, it has to be crazy love or nothing. Until next time, thank you.